And looks like we are live. So,
We're
man, what
live.
about that YouTube channel that I've been sending you links to? That blew me away. I've been so fascinated by that guy's channel all weekend long.
I've watched him before.
Is
When
that
you
right?
said that, I recognized him. I went ahead and subscribed. I think I'm subscribed to him on my Smoky Ribs channel. And
There's two of them though.
yeah, there's a
They're
couple of people that do that.
his channel. There's one that says Backyard Barns, and there's one that's called Backyard Barn Finds.
Oh, he's got two channels. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But the one with the fines, when he's going to Mississippi. I said, "Oh, this would be cool. I'll watch this one," because he was like going to Tennessee. What's up, NBL? I guess I should say hello to people
yeah. He's
first.
right over there around Mullis Point, I believe. But
Yeah,
that guy looked real familiar. We used to have a couple of black guys that used to come in the E1 Auto Parts where we used to do automotive air conditioning, and
right.
they'd bring them old classic and antique cars in there, and we'd hook them up with AC. I would. I did all the installs, and
Yeah,
but he looked real familiar. I bet you he's been that old truck they showed. I've seen that truck before, that
yeah.
tow truck or whatever.
Well, his buddy that I showed you, the first Louisiana guy, he was showing all of his collection. He was like, he's just getting up so old, or getting so not Louisiana, it was Mississippi. But
Yeah,
he was getting so old, he needed to start selling down his collection and stuff. But man, he had crazy stuff. But then he showed us the other latest one I sent you was the other black guy was down there. It was a friend of his, and they were just crazy car collectors, classic car collectors.
oh yeah, they're big into it down here.
Man,
Uh,
I couldn't believe it. But they both worked at the shipyards in
yeah,
Mississippi. I
I
said,
used
what?
to. I used to know, and there was in my these guys. This guy I was wondering. There used to be a guy that painted cars. He was a painter out there at the shipyard. He'd paint ships, but he
Yeah,
also had a side business painting cars. He had a garage and everything. We used to go up there and hang out with him at night.
yeah.
And his name was Cecil. But he had a couple of brothers. One of them was a mailman, and I forget what the other one. The other one might have worked at Ingles too. But all three of them were into cars and painting and body work and all that.
The, yeah, well, you saw one of them. That one
Yeah,
guy, that was a shame to see. He had 25 Camaros, and that's what lured me in to the
yeah.
video. I said, 25 Camaros. I gotta watch this one.
Man,
And
what a
then,
waste
and
of
then there's
money.
all these trees growing up through them and around them and everything. And I was
Yeah.
like,
If
geez.
if he could
What's
have
up,
sold
Win?
them, if he would have sold them 30 years ago, he'd got some money for them. But he just let them rust down to nothing, man.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
they're only good for parts and probably just a few parts.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about
What
it.
a shame.
Let me catch up to the chat here.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's up, Bat? Dutch, I saw your pictures, man. That Pit Boss pellets kettle looked pretty cool. I like that. I was telling, I think it was Simon the other day. I went and saw that the Blackstone Santa Maria that they came out with. That's supposed to be a Walmart exclusive, but or maybe it was Guggen. I was telling it too, but $494. But it was a big box. It was a big box. Uncle Smiley, how's it going, Joel? The Moose, what's up, the Moose? Bat, we were saying hello to Bat. Catch you on NBL. What's up, NBL? Win here. What's up, Win? Oh, he's come and gone already. Cheryl, how's it going, Cheryl? Mr. Greg Johnson. Oh, he's still here. I don't know if he's saying goodnight, family. Maybe he was telling his family goodnight.
I just got my test results back from the doctor, and she told me to buy some vitamin D3. It was low. It was down last year, and it's down
Yeah,
again this year. I don't get out in the sun enough. I don't guess. So
yeah.
I'm taking this.
Mine was
For
so bad. They got me a prescription version of it for about 2 weeks, and then they tested me again, and it came back normal. But they
Okay.
started me on that regularly.
Yeah, this isn't prescription here. This is just over the counter. But
Yeah, the mine was so low that they did a prescription version of it.
I told Terrain, I said, well, that's pretty good when they just tell you to eat some vitamins instead of another medication. The
Yeah.
only medication I'm actually on is blood pressure, losartan, and then I take 181 milligram aspirin every day. They don't tell me to, I just do. I have for years.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Come here.
my dad had heart trouble. Really, nobody else in the family has, so I just do. You know, it ain't gonna hurt you that low of a
Yeah.
dose. It ain't gonna eat your guts out or anything.
What's up, Mr. Wepner?
Hey, Web.
Don't see him around much. I just see him a picture of him watching TV wrapped up in blankets the other day, but
I hear you can't.
just trying to get some tanks filled. I can eat the enchiladas Ryan just made. There you go.
Man, I go outside a lot, but I'm not in the sun. I'm in the garage, you know, or in the shade. So yeah, I'm probably am vitamin D deficient.
Yeah. Well, that's iron, right? Isn't the D like more of iron?
No,
D is what you
vitamin
get
D
from sunlight.
unlike yeah.
Matter of fact, I don't know how they bottled sunlight in a bottle, but this is actually derived from sunlight. That's what it says on the bottle.
Is that right?
I mean, how do you put sunlight in a pill?
Well, see what we do there. It's like this: we hold a jar.
We hold it up to the sun and charge it for 24 hours, and you're good to go.
And then quickly get that top back on.
Oh my goodness!
I was going to cook a chuck roast today, man. I was like, "There's no way." I told the wife, I said, "No, ain't going to happen." I'd have to shovel snow to get the grill out the door. But
I got 3 pork butts that we dug out of the freezer. I thought there was only 2 in there. There was 3 of them, and I was going to do it tomorrow, but I'm gonna wait and see what the temperatures. I'm gonna have to get out there in it regardless. But it's supposed to be cold all week. But
yeah,
I'm gonna do 3 pork butts on my next video, mainly just to get it all cooked, and then I'll portion it out, vacuum seal it like I do, and fill the freezer up with cooked, ready to eat pulled pork. You know.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna do those the weekend of the Super Bowl, but I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cook them and then bag them up and freeze them.
Yeah, that's what we do. I'll portion it out enough for me and her, like a sandwich or 2, and I'll put them in the chamber bag and pull a vacuum on each bag, write the date and what it is, and it's so cool. You know, you just drop that into a pot of boiling water in 20 minutes. You got barbecue. You know.
I was just going to say that. I said that's one thing I learned when you do that. Just drop them in the pan of boiling water. You know, and
those
all that
chamber bags are clear. You know, they're not harmful or anything.
Yep,
as far as
just
plastic.
good.
Yeah.
Chris, you check out the description of tonight's live?
Oh, I did not.
What did it say?
Talking about the snow, and according to Eastwind, 4 inches is average.
What would Eastwind say? 4 inches is average, short from the 12 inches that was to fall.
We were supposed to fall. Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful that we didn't get to 12 inches, but I don't like the ice. I just, you can't deal with the ice. It's just,
no,
it's too dangerous.
They'll close roads around here if it gets,
Yeah, some businesses close also. My nephew didn't work today because he works outside, so they closed down for the weekend.
I saw that Wagyu brisket, Dutch. How'd you do that cook-off? I knew you were loading up for it, but how did you get those words together to actually make sense? I don't know.
You can do that, Daddy Dutch. We get the water boiling, drop it in 20 minutes. It's up to temperature.
Yeah.
Ready to eat.
There is such thing as too hot, though.
Well, you're only doing it for a minute. You're just heating it all the way through. When it's hot all the way through, pull it out.
Yeah. I was going to start shoveling when I said, no, it's just too cold. and I got a tractor with a blade on it, so it really won't. But it's starting to freeze up. You know, we got a lot of ice on it, so I was just like, I looked at the temperature. Supposed to hit high 30s tomorrow, I think. So I'm gonna let that happen, and I'll break out the tractor and ride around front and push it out. But
I'm gonna see just how low it is getting tonight. I might do that video tomorrow. I don't I don't really want to, but it's all about putting it on the offset to get it started. Then I'll switch it over to the pellet grill to finish them off.
Greg got 8 inches. Yeah, they were saying we were going to get um, up to 12, likely 9, but we ended up best case 5.
It's
But we got
cold.
a lot more ice than they were calling for. Yes, the KCBS. Oh,
Wow.
next weekend. Oh, okay. I thought it was this weekend.
That temperature is dropping now. It's supposed to be 39 degrees by 7. By 10 o'clock, it's supposed to be 34. And then the low for tonight is going to hit 25. And then 23 tomorrow night.
It's cold
And
in
then
Texas.
Tuesday. All right. It's going up to 53 Wednesday. I might wait.
Winston is over in Maryland with you, or near you.
Huh?
2 feet.
Yeah, he's over by you.
Yeah, he is. He's in Maryland. He got 2 feet of snow. Oh my gosh.
He must be like further north.
Yeah, he's north of me. He's up near Baltimore area, I thought. 2 feet. Good Lord. Man, keep that.
No.
I saw his short earlier. He was walking around in about a foot of snow, and his koi pond froze over. But he had his waterfall still running, so it was still keeping moving water.
Yeah, I keep mine running, but I do have a heater in there, floating heater. When you got a heater? One of those floating heaters for that?
Not sure, but his froze over. And
I'm glad I got a. I'm glad I got a gas furnace because if we did lose power, which it ain't ice or snow here,
yeah,
you can actually plug that furnace up into that solar generator, that big one I got. You can run the heat with that. It'll run the motor and the gas valve and everything. This runs off a little bit of power, but it's just your blower motor that it's running. I'd probably get a couple of days off of it before I had to recharge it.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you didn't have a heater one, I'd get one up there too, but
What's up, boo?
ship it that way. I bought a yard sale. I got like 6 of them damn things, but can never have too many of them. About Fort Meade, yeah, there goes plow truck now, but 2 feet, good Lord.
That's a lot. I know how much we got last January with just 10 inches, and that's over double that, and then some. That's a lot.
Yeah, we have electricity, so we're good. Okay, that's what I was worried about. All these tanks. I only got one battery air pump, and I start looking at them. Oh, he's got 2 generators. You got it made then. I started looking at them, and all of a sudden they're up to $40 a piece now. I was like, yeah, well, they're gonna sit there. I'll sit there with a damn McDonald's straw and blow bubbles in the water before I pay $40 for a bunch of air pumps.
I dropped a video this morning on my Skill Savvy channel, and I was a little hesitant about doing it. I said, there's going to be millions of people with power outages. I ain't going to get any views, which I'm not hardly, but the subject's not going to interest many people, no way. But I just wanted to do it, so I did. I think eventually to get some hits on welders and stuff like that.
Yep, definitely.
The pipe welding rig. I've got one too, Dutch. I tell you, last year there's actually an attachment that you can get for that big buddy where you can cook off the top of that thing. And I've cooked breakfast sausage off the top of my big buddy. It works pretty good. But I went out, I did get 2 bottles of propane yesterday. I went and saw my grandbaby yesterday. The wife and I did. So got to feed him and be a grandpa, and then came back and played catch up, but getting some firewood in the shop and going to get some propane. I had a bag of salt left over from either last year or the earlier this year when I had that. No, I didn't buy none earlier this year because that wasn't just a little bit of snow. But well, you got that waterfalls running. That's important. If you had a heater on there, I'm surprised that heater didn't keep it a little thawed out more than that. But it is pretty cold out there right now.
Every year it seems like we have to wrap up the outside faucets and cover them with plastic. And
Yep.
Serena went to Lowe's yesterday and bought those little styrofoam covers that you
Yeah,
pull the string through and tighten them down, and it seals
yeah,
against. I don't know. They probably won't. It'll get through winter. That styrofoam ain't gonna hold up out in the elements. So, but it'll get
Yeah,
it. They
that's
look
a lot
like,
for emergencies.
yeah, it's $3 a piece. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
yeah,
screw it. We can buy them every year. Takes a
yeah,
second to install them, but it
Yeah.
keeps the rain and everything off of them because the one in the back was still wrapped up from last year. And when I went out there today, it was all wet from all this rain. Water got into that rag. I said, that's going to make it freeze quicker than anything when that rag starts freezing. And
yeah.
it had rusted the valve handle almost in half. I'm like, golly, this should have done been off there. So I got all that crap off and put one of them on. I only have two faucets.
The same
I
here,
don't
Dutch. Go
I
ahead.
don't worry about the one in the back because it's coming off the laundry room, which is heated, or inside of our house is heated. That wall is heated, but the other one is coming off the garage, and there is no heat out there. It gets as cold in that garage as it does outside. We got a couple of cats. They go up in that garage when it gets real cold or raining. We'll let them in.
Yeah, that's what my daughter was worrying about. I went and saw yesterday. She's got 36 chickens, and she was worried about the water freezing, but they just kept going out there and tending to them.
Yeah,
What's up, brother Steven?
I can't stand when it has weather like this, man. I don't like it hot. I like it. I like fall and spring.
Yeah, I don't. I actually do like snow. I don't like it after it starts getting muddy and dirty and just
Yeah,
yucky. But
yeah.
when it's white and you look out the door and you look in the woods and you can see the lay of the land and everywhere around you, I do enjoy snow for that fact. Just
I
to,
like
I
to
like
watch it
looking
on
at it.
TV.
But I like looking at it, but I'm always ready for it to go. When I was up in Illinois, it snowed a lot up there, and I like, golly, man, having to travel and go places, and I mean, which they're pretty fast about plowing that stuff off the roads and putting salt on it and
See,
stuff
that's
like
me.
that.
yeah,
But one thing I don't want to have to deal with that's not all
yeah.
the time.
And we had a little bit of wind out here yesterday, so that made the cold even worse yet. But
Yeah,
77 here on the islands, that's good.
yeah, buddy, that's perfect weather there.
Don't be a hater, Lance. Shut up. Got nothing nice to say. Don't say nothing nice at all. Don't say anything at all. Bite me, Stephen.
Fight for yourself.
Yeah.
One thing
But
about
anyhow,
our winters down here, it don't last long. You get 2 or 3 days of real frigid, and it warms right back up. I don't worry about it too much.
yeah.
Mom is in the same boat, I'm sure. It don't stay
Hey,
cold long.
I trade you, Stephen.
Whew. Tarina made
I
another pot of chili today. That was good.
did you really? I almost thawed some, but I went and Thursday. I went and bought 16 pieces of fried chicken, already cooked and ready, and just stuck it in the refrigerator, just so we'd have, in case we lost power, we'd have something.
Yeah. She made a
Um,
big pot of potato soup, a cheddar potato soup yesterday. That was real good. Still
Yeah,
some of
yeah.
that left. We got to get.
man, that is my new favorite soup, loaded baked potato soup. I
Yeah.
mean, I absolutely love that stuff now. That's actually going to be a Popeye recipe too.
Ooh, look at you.
It's
Heck
going to be
yeah.
a Popeye. That's going to be a
The pot was
Popeye
pretty darn
recipe.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it I seen earlier? Oh, I know what it was. It gave me an idea for a future video. A Bomb 7079, the machinist, he has a adventures channel too, where he does a lot of cooking and barbecue and stuff. And he was showing some scenes from an upcoming video. It was a big old speckled trout laid on some lemons and stuff, and he had
Yeah.
it like a full boat. And yeah, I want to watch that video. I said, man, I hadn't even thought about doing a fish like on that flat top grill
Yeah.
I got. That'll work out good.
Yeah, I am, Brother Steve. I'm going to come back with the Popeyes. I was sort of kind of shamed last week by Grumpus and Tom Garvey about how I just let the cooking channel just go to waste, go to the wayside. And it really wasn't that. I mean, maybe a little bit of that, but, I just start doing other videos, which really killed the cooking, but the cooking just started sucking so bad. I mean, I lost motivation, but I just was asked just what did you really enjoy doing, and I really enjoyed doing those Popeyes. So
Yeah.
we'll go back out with some more Popeye videos. I think they were fun. CB gave me a suggestion. I had one problem with the Popeye, and that was that the bottom would get soggy, and I didn't really like that. It wasn't like it was doughy, but it was just soft. So
I'm not
she
gonna put it in. I was reading. I'm sorry. I was reading Daddy Dutch's. It's not going in the smoker. It's going to be cooked on a grill. And I used to smoke mullet. I've got a couple of videos, and all you got to do is let it air out, and it's gone in a few days.
yeah.
That fish smell, but it does get in there. You're right about that.
Well, she suggested to put the bottom layer of dough in there first and just let it bake a little bit, harden up before you add your fillings to it. So I'm gonna give that a shot. What's up, Mike?
I kind of like that doughy. It's almost like dumplings. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
when it's at the bottom and the top is kind of crispy around the sides. There, I like that. It's
yeah.
almost like adding dumplings to whatever the pot pie is. You know.
I don't have to use my kettle. I must miss something there.
Yeah. A Bomb. He was doing that on his hasty bake grill.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
right? No, I've cooked trout a couple times on my kettle.
Yeah.
That's
It's
great.
it goes away. You just got to leave it opened up.
Yeah.
Can't.
I did some smoked. What? Yeah, I smoked mullet. That pro smoker I sold here a while back. That was the last thing I cooked on that, and I had it from the top all the way to the bottom, and it smelled like fish for a couple of days. And I just left the door open after you just gotta let it air out. Now I cleaned it real good, of course, before I sold it. It looked like a brand new, and when that guy pulled up here and took it off, all that stainless steel shining on it.
Well, Dutch got a new one. Dutch, can I show the picture of your pit boss? He got himself. He went to Walmart.
Pit boss. That's Guggen's favorite pit, ain't it?
Yep.
Yeah. He was here a little minute ago. He popped out again already. I was going to ask him how he made out.
It's his fair one to hate.
Stephen, I hear you. Who's that? Okay.
I see rice. Yeah, I see where he's selling a lot of pits.
That's a pellet kettle from Pit Boss. He picked it up at Walmart. It looks good.
What's that one that who makes that one that looks like a kettle? The one that catches on fire. Ah, dang it. Their pellet grills had the horns on them. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Rectech. Rectech.
Rectech.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
free.
Yeah. Wrights are selling the fire out of some pits. Man, I've been in his garage and it's just wall to wall pits. Like, good God. I thin my herd down. I've got one offset outside. I got that adjustable flat top outside, and those used to live in my garage, but they're outside. The only one I keep in my garage now is the old hickory, and I've got a Weber kettle. That's it. I'm down to 4 pits, and that's too many already.
So is he just getting rid of them because he's making room for new, or is he just getting rid of them to get rid of them?
I think he's just selling to get rid of them. I don't know. They're constantly sending him stuff with that smoked barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On.
So
It's nothing new. I mean, saltwater trout is different. We used to smoke specks in Mississippi, up in Orange Grove by the Oak store. Best hot dogs in the country. Yeah, they still sell them chili dogs. My oldest son Derek, he lives in Mobile, but he travels past school every day. He works at a shipyard down there, not Ingles, but Ballinger, and he stops by the Oaks every day and gets those chili dogs. He said they're better now than they was back in the day. He likes them so much he had to get his wife to come down here last weekend just to let her try them chili dogs.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'll get to that one, Simon. Phoenix Onyx. What are you talking about? Dutch. Is that just the name of it? But it's still. I thought I saw a pitball sticker on it. What's up, Rack?
Phoenix Onyx. I've heard of that.
I was looking at that kettle grill. About 11. Yeah. This is the last one to the next one. I went to Walmart myself last week. I had to check out that Santa Maria that Blackstone came out with, and man, I'd really love to have that, but I just can't pull the trigger on 500. And I'm not going to whip out the credit card. Not at 67 years old, but just not doing that. And I just paid all this money for this truck and still ain't finished putting money in the truck. So it'll have to wait. Maybe I'll catch one. Pit Boss Onyx. Okay.
God, if I had every pit I've owned and sold, if I had them all, I'd probably have 40 pits easy.
Golly.
Yeah. That's during the life of that barbecue channel.
Did you get that new Santa Maria win by Blackstone? Yeah.
New grill.
Only $492 to go.
Come on, folks. Self-driving to the test.
Thank you, Simon.
You'll be able to buy a bag of charcoal if you keep going.
Got second plow truck down in here.
Oh, dang, too.
Yeah. $300. Couldn't pass it up.
I was watching one of my old videos. It was recommended to me on my Skill Savvy channel. I said, dang, I remember that. But I used to have God, who made that stuff? It was attachment for a Weber. It was cast iron grate. It had a little thing where you can deep fry in. I forget who makes that, but man, that thing was pretty sweet. I'm like, golly, I remember that. That's been gone. I think I threw all that out. I just let it sit in that garage. Really? It got all messed up. I just trashed it one day.
There you go, Win. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
Bad did too.
You can buy a double bag of charcoal now.
No, I'm saving up for that Santa Maria at this rate. Hey, I'll be there before long. Thank y'all, all three of y'all, very much. Much appreciated. That's nice.
You know, I sold that last Santa Maria I sold it to Mike over there, and that's about the time he quit making videos. I was looking forward to him making the video.
That's a nice grill, man. That was a real nice grill.
That was a real nice grill. That was an LSG too, right?
Yeah, I had two of them. He changed the grates and everything, and he said, sell that other one, give it away, whatever you want to do, and I'm going to send you another one. And that was the one that he sent with them cast iron, not cast iron, but iron, I think it was 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch bars all the way across, but it was modular. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool. That was a nice pit. I just, man, it was going to crap sitting out here in the front, nowhere to put it. and Mike had a covered porch that he put it under. I said, "Yeah,
Yeah,
come
I've
get
seen
it."
him cook on it once or twice, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want one. I just want something that I can raise and lower grade on. I even considered my brother-in-law and I riding to Mississippi when you talked about selling that one of yours.
Yeah, I
I
sold it
want
for $1,100, and
Hey, Jody.
it was still in really good shape. You know, it was worth every bit of that. It's actually worth more than that,
Hey, Jody P.
but that's what Mike gave me for it.
The Gabby unit. I mean, the Gabby unit would be fun to have too, but whatever comes first. But that Blackstone, it looked good. It looked good, but from what I could see on a box, because it was a huge box. I think it was like 3 foot by 4 foot.
Yeah,
And,
you might want to wait till like April when they have the everything set up. I think they have one up there. You know, you can actually
yeah.
round it and look at it.
Oh yeah. No, I'll walk definitely. But you could read all the different features and
Yeah.
how it was made and stuff like that. And it looked like it was pretty impressive to me.
I'm fresh out of LSG's. Kent Derek's got my old offset, and he's also got my El Patron. And my youngest son's got my LSG pellet grill, and he uses it all the time.
That El Patron is fantastic, man.
Oh yeah. And if I knew Derek wasn't going to make videos, like you said, I wouldn't have let him haul that thing to Mobile. I'd probably just kept it here and used it, on a couple of videos from time to time. But it doesn't matter. I'm kind of about done with it anyway. I've been saying that for a year. December was supposed to have been like my last video, but Pits and Spits keeps paying me, so I'll keep shooting videos for them for
Keep
now.
throwing
Anyway.
money at you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so, Steven. I'm pretty good at saving on. So I got my mindset. I worked side jobs, getting probably over almost no, it was over a year just putting money aside to put money into my truck when I start my the I don't want to say restoration because it's really not a total restoration, but get it looking good, get rid of all the rust and all that, and I'm well on my way. But now this money we saved towards that, not the big joke, because I already got one anyway. But now I want something if I can lower grade on. So I'd love to get that new Santa Maria eventually. But I'm like
The only,
Simon, wait, maybe even just wait. Someone's ought to get one and decide they don't like it, sell it cheap.
Yeah.
the only LSG I regret selling out of all the different things I've had is that insulated mini. That what I'm talking about, man. I
Have it.
love that. I love that pit, but I
Little
didn't use
cabinet.
it enough. It had so much real estate on the inside, and I never cooked that much. It's just like it was a waste. And I put it up for sale, and a guy from Houston, Texas, drove over here and picked it up. I sold it for $500. I'm like, golly, I should have got way more than that
That
for it.
was a good deal, man.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law, my nephew, bought a house almost 2 years ago, and back in the shed, there was a Weber kettle left back there. And he asked me last year when we were up in Pennsylvania working on the house if I wanted that kettle, and I said, sure, I'll take it. Just because he's going to throw it away. And it turned out it's a little 18-inch Weber kettle, little dinky one. But it's got the legs and everything. It's up.
What do they call that? The Weber Jumbo Joe? The
Well, it's
18 inch?
got the full legs on it though. It's not the
Oh,
little
really?
table. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
a
the
table.
one I had would just sit on a table like a picnic table or something.
Yeah, no, I've got that one right here beside me for a table.
Yeah.
I take that camping, but this has got the full legs. It's just as tall as a 22.
S&S Grills come out with a little travel version not long before they told us they wouldn't be needing our services no more. I think I only did one video with it. They sent me a brand new one, and I had two of their kettles that they sent. And golly, thinking back, man, I said 40 while ago. It'd probably end up being more pits than that if I really stopped and counted back from the beginning. I know it'd be at least 40. For me, I'm down to 4 now.
Yeah.
I think
That's fine. That's why I want to keep it.
Probably looking for at least one more, maybe two
That
more.
was all for video content anyway. You know what I'm saying, for the most part. But you can bet your but that old hickory ain't gonna never be sold. That will be passed down.
Yeah, we were supposed to get 12 inches of snow, Jody. We ended up with 5 max, but with a lot of ice and sleet, slush, but more than they said of that. But I'm all right. I was worried about my fish and my tanks.
It comes together pretty quick. Of course, it's
I
on the
was-
east right now.
Yeah, I was bouncing around in lives past couple nights, just like trying to get recommendations. I was on Stevens Friday night, and we talked about maybe cleaning the canisters in case we lost the power for over a day or something like that. And
It's
that
just now
canister come
in
back
Maryland.
would be high on ammonia. So, but
Hmm.
we still got power, so I'm still happy. What's up, Timmy?
Yeah, all that ice is up and around South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. It's just leaving Maryland. New Jersey's catching it. New York is just coming out of it. But there's snow right in behind that for New York. I'm looking at this radar thing that shows
Yeah.
all the different colors.
The Guggen, you still in here? Curious to see what he got.
What's up, Tim?
I don't envy y'all the snow and ice. Been through the ice enough. I just accept my dusting of snow. Yeah.
His name don't
What was
pop
that?
up. Yeah, he's gone.
What, Simon?
Oh, Google's not in here.
Oh, okay. How do you know that?
I'm not gonna tell you.
You're the second person that's done that. I was like, how in the world they know that?
Yeah, you sent me an email today, Lance, at 12 something. I seen it come through. I said that must be the link for the live. I never did look at it. About 4 o'clock, I opened my phone and it said no content. I opened it and it was just a blank email. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Is he
I don't
telling me
know
there's
how-
no live tonight?
I sent one to Sal too. Because you made me look at Sal's and it had a link, but when I tried to resend the link to you in a new email, it didn't work the first time either. So I don't know if I'm just pushed the wrong button or what, but I did get two. At least should have 2 emails to you now with the links on them. But and then I
I
resent
got one with a link. I said, well, he did copy and paste correctly this time.
Yeah.
sleet like 1 or 2 inches enough to shut the. Yeah. I heard that there was parts of Texas that saw snow yesterday.
Yeah.
I believe it was.
Very top north of Texas. Apparently, there was some in San Antonio, like downtown, but it was
Yeah.
dusty.
I think they're shutting the shipyards down tomorrow because it gets this cold. They worry about the water main freezing up and not being able to use it in a case of a fire. They'll leave that stuff running during the night. You'll see icicles everywhere when you walk in on them real cold 20-degree mornings and lower, like a winter wonderland out there.
Yeah. Now, when we get that ice, man, it's been a number of years since we've had really, really bad ice, and ever since then, I just freak out at ice storms because they can do some damage. Mama, oh,
Well, one reason they shut these yards down too is all this rain. You got them steel decks on all these ships, and it's under construction. There'll be like little puddles that hold water, and all that will freeze. And they worry about people getting hurt and injured, and big major lawsuits. Walking across that, end up ice skating across the deck. Falling and
Yeah.
breaking your neck. They used to make us go out there anyway, and then they would send us home, make us go through all the trouble of driving, getting up, driving out there, walking in, freezing, all bundled up. Okay, y'all can go home now.
UPS did the same daggone thing. They would make us come into work, and then they would get you to go to a central location for people like in a number of different routes, but you could all meet at one location, and we
Yeah.
go there and wait for the air freight to be shuttled to us from BWI Airport and to Southern Maryland, and then from Southern Maryland south of where the routes were. And I can
Right.
remember trying to go down a road time. This is the God's honest truth. I'm sitting there going down the road, and I was just putzing because it was all ice, and the truck would just do this, sitting on the road. When the road had like a crown to it, the truck
Yeah.
would do that. I was like,
Yeah.
man. We all went back up to IHOP, and we sat there all day long. Got paid to sit in IHOP, and because it was treacherous. IHOP didn't even have customers, so they appreciate the little bit of things that we were buying: a coffee, hot chocolate. We did eat, but and then they finally brought the air freight out to us, and then everything was closed. It was already getting dark.
Yeah.
So it's like, you got paid, but they always made you go out. And I think it was partly they had a thing in the union contract. If you showed up for work and wasn't told to go home or not come in before you got there, I think it was like 2 hours before start time, UPS had to pay you. So they would, get us all to show up to work. And then we just
Angles would do that too. They give you 2 hours show up time. Even if you turn around and left 10 minutes after getting there, they would still pay you 2 hour show up. So it wasn't a total loss, And Smoky Ribs barbecue, kind of, sort of, even though Derek owns it.
But it's still savvy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the channel I need to count. I ain't worried about it. I don't care if it ever grows another sub, which it is little by little, but I'm just having fun with that channel. That's all that's about.
Yeah, somebody shouted me out last night or yesterday because I woke up with I think 25 new subscribers.
Oh, is that right?
I just saw the blue like, whoop.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, this video I just dropped, I'm like, man, ain't nobody gonna want to watch this because it's only gonna be attracted to certain people, I said, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I had fun doing it. It worked out good. What the heck? Why not?
Yeah.
I guess I can clear that.
But he has, Mama O, he does have, well, he already told you that.
Yeah, Smoky Ribs Barbecue. You look at his background, that's his other channel on the wall there.
Yeah, Smoky Ribs is my old channel. It's coming up on, like, this July would be 14 years.
Wow.
But I'm just barely doing anything on that channel nowadays. I do one video a month on it, and that's it for now.
Mama O, I saw your comment on that steak cook. I appreciate it. You're probably going to get more views than I am.
That's great.
Stephen P. No, it's excellent. Stephen P. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, Stephen P. Haven't seen him in a little while.
Soup Barbecue, I highlighted you on my channel with your steak. Got a crazy amount of views. Thank you so much. That was a good steak. Is that a compliment or a cut down? It was amazing. I was surprised.
That sounds good. Doesn't look nothing negative though.
She was surprised that I cooked something that good. I don't understand.
Yeah, let's do it like that.
Just kidding.
You see,
But that was a really good steak. I enjoyed that one.
You see the rest of his cooks.
Yeah.
All right, time to put the soldier to rest.
Smoky Ribs guy.
Yeah, that's my cousin Bubba. Oh, cool. I just sold a weld machine from Art Captain.
No
I was
way.
just looking at that dashboard. I've only sold one from that video, and I made $34, and they won't pay out, I don't reckon, until you hit 100. And I just here it is. Art Captain Welder new referral order. $735. I made another $34. So that means I've got to sell one more before I even get paid, I reckon.
That's all right, though. Mama, I was just being silly. Thank you.
I just got a plasma cutter from them this week. I got to do a video on the next couple weeks, and UPS dropped it off to someone else, a business, and luckily,
They called you?
yeah, the guy called me, Tapper Security, right down the road. I said, if that would have ended up at a resident's house, I doubt I would have ever seen it,
Yeah.
you know. And he called me, he texted first. So I called him. I said, yeah. I said, is it from Mark Captain? He goes, yes. It's a plasma cutter. I said, that's here. I said, the lady parked right in front of the house and sit there and was doing something. Then she pulls off. She was at the right place. She must be new. I've never seen her. And
Just
I
offloaded.
wish I knew who to call to report people like that.
Thank you,
You know,
Arnold.
if you're not competent enough to read a GPS and know you're at the right address, and something's wrong with you, you know.
Right. Right. You got to wonder why. Well, they must see. It wasn't like that before. We didn't have something that told us,
Yeah.
what addresses were on our package or on our truck.
Right.
So I guess I'm assuming that's why she stopped there, is that she had something programmed in her dyad board that told her, you have something for this address.
Yeah, there's usually some guy that I usually got this one guy that delivers everything. He knows who I am. He's watched my videos and all, but it wasn't him. It was some woman I've never seen before. Anyway, she pulled off. I'm like, huh. So, oh, well, I said, maybe they'll run back through here later, which they never do. They usually just run through here once a day, And it wasn't an hour later, I got that text from him. I'm like, man, that was a close call. I almost missed it,
So actually, I'm glad you said something about that, Russ, because I was wondering. So I still have to do the 2 rear fenders on my truck bed, and I've got the panels. I got the panels already. Actually, the repair panels are thicker than the metal that's on the that GM put on the truck. But so if I was to use a plasma, in other words, lay the panel up there, trace it, and if I was to be able to get a plasma to use, what will it leave behind? Is it going to leave a lot of what they call slag or something? Or
if you got it set properly, it's not going to leave really nothing, but at the most a little bit of dross or slag on the bottom side, and it knocks right off. It don't. Yeah, it comes right off.
I don't want, if I take like I got a pair of nibblers for sheet metal work, but I don't know if they're going to cut that metal well enough, or at least leave it flat. I don't want a bunch of jagged edges.
What about an old thin cutting blade on a angle grinder, where you
can do that too with like a grinder. I've got a little pneumatic one. I've got an electric one too, but I was just wondering if if a plasma would just
be a lot
faster for one.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd definitely be faster.
And I don't know that it would be. I was assuming it would be more accurate, but I was concerning what kind of edge it would leave behind.
Well, it's only as accurate as you are. I usually put a straight edge and follow it if I'm cutting just a straight line. Try to freehand it. It's like a acetylene torch. That cut's only going to be as good as you are stable. I used to be pretty good with a regular torch back in the day, but like I said, with a plasma, I'll just set up, because pretty much everything I'm going to cut is going to be straight lines, and I'll clamp down a straight edge and put it right where I want it and hit the trigger and just start pulling it back to me or across or however,
Yeah.
And you'll have a good straight cut.
I'm just overthinking it too. So
yeah. That sheet metal right there. Yeah. You can
just try to think of the funnest way to do it, So
I put aluminum carbide blades on skill saws too, and cut through thin stuff like that. it ain't going to jump out of your hand as likely like an angle grinder would. If you do it with an angle grinder, make sure you got that handle on there. You
Yeah.
know, if you get in there crooked or something, it's liable to kick back on you and screw up your metal. You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm anxious to keep it going. I've got the power window fixed, got the door handle fixed, getting a lot of stuff knocked out, but there's still
Yeah.
I got 2 new fenders for the front. I'm gonna replace them, but I did have to have all my center caps shaved down. So on the GM, they had those stainless steel rims. Well, it's just a skin over top of a steel rim.
Yeah.
And what happens is that the steel rim will rust and get scale behind that skin, that stainless steel skin that's over top of them, and it pushes it out where you got to mount that cap at.
Yeah.
So when you do that, what's up, Randy? When you do that, the center caps don't want to fit right.
What's up, Randy?
Hola, people.
So I take
you
it.
Oh, he must be offshore tonight.
Yeah, he's up in one of those rigs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I took and had the lids, the center cap shaved down 1/4 inch, so they go in there and reach and load better.
Yeah.
Got that done.
Yep.
I imagine him being out there. He probably sees storms come through. What do you think? Being offshore like that?
Oh, I'm sure it gets pretty snotty out there at times.
Yeah.
They'll shut them down during a hurricane or tropical storm, though. They should. I'm pretty sure they would.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they would make them come in or actually go back to shore.
Go back to shore is what I'm thinking. I wouldn't want to be out there during a major hurricane. You know.
I come home on the 2nd.
On the 2nd of February. Okay. BP. Are they still a thing? I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
I know after that oil spill, everything turned into marathon around here. All the BP stations.
Yeah. So,
Just
CV?
like some movie I watched the other night, BP is too big. Even all that money they had to spend out, they're too big to fail. You know. Oh, that was on Landman. That's who said that. Too big
British
to fail.
Petroleum, right?
Huh?
British Petroleum.
Yeah. Used to be Gulf stations years ago, and British Petroleum bought them out years ago. All right, that's the way I heard it. The internet sucks out here. I just catch clips of y'all.
What's CV cooking tonight? Did she say? Or anybody seen?
I can look.
I haven't looked. I'm telling you, man, I've got that Backyard Barn Finds, and I've just been absorbed by his channel because he does all those. He'll tour. The guy is extremely knowledgeable, but he'll tour all those shows at the Mystery Box.
Yeah,
CV.
That's what amazes me about him. He can look at them tags and read those numbers and tell you all about that car, you know.
Looking at a number, yep. CV, would you?
Young.
Yeah, he's out of Pennsylvania. CV,
Yeah.
would you or Timmy need to start dropping your link in here too for your live if you would. But yeah, he's out of PA. He was telling me, I didn't know, there's a lot of stuff I didn't know about watching his channel. So Yankos, remember about Yankos, but they were actually out of PA. But he was talking about all these different places that were out of PA, and even big time race car drivers were out of PA.
Huh.
What's up, Eric?
What's up, Eric? Yeah, I'll check that out tonight. Matter of fact, that other video you sent me. You said there was another guy from the shipyard there?
It was a friend of the first guy I showed you.
Okay.
He also had a Camaro. He had a couple things I think he wanted to sell, but One of them was a Camaro that he really wanted to, was really trying to get rid of. They're all the same. They're suffering the same thing. You know, they're all like me. You know, you're getting up there in age. You know, I'd love to go out and buy shit and go into debt and all that, but I'm at that age where I gotta, you know, I don't want to leave this earth with a debt for someone else to have to take care of.
Yeah.
But that's what they're suffering from right now. They've just, a number of them will tell you, I'm just not, I'm not going to be able to, realistically, hey, Trina.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
I'm not realistically going to be able to complete another restoration project.
Yeah.
So they're downsizing everything, you know.
I've always kind of wanted to do that, like get an older car and restore it and all that, but not really. I can't even seem to want to work on this Ford Ranger I got out here. You know, I mean, I don't mind working on cars and all that. I know quite a bit about them, but it's one of my least favorite things to do, you know.
those are the ingredients for that for tonight.
Are you kidding me?
Trout, angel hair, pasta, great northern beans, grapefruit, craft
Mac and cheese.
mac and cheese.
Cantina grapefruit crap. Yeah.
I worked for NASCAR when they were still in Rockingham, North Carolina.
My brother-in-law, when I just gave him a pellet smoker, and the story I got, it was given to me by a gentleman that just passed away, and he gave it to me years ago, but he just passed away a few months back, and I knew if I gave him a brother-in-law that he knew that it meant a lot to me, and it would take, I need room in here, but he would take care of it out of respect. But it was a Winston Cup driver, and they went in. So Englander is a pellet stove manufacturer, but for wood stoves for home heat, they made pellet stoves for that. Well, this Winston Cup guy apparently went in with Englander and said, hey, let's do a barbecue pellet smoker. And they started building pellet grills. Well, they're built like a daggone tank. I mean, it was all Keith and I could do to get that thing in the back of the truck. It's that heavy. But that I gave that to him, and it was it's pretty cool. It has a history behind it, but that thing cooks good. What Winston it was Winston Cup, not NASCAR, but I just made me think of it when I saw Wynn's post up there. But
I have been making friends in the car community on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah. Eric, check out Backyard Finds. Isn't that it, Russ? Wasn't it?
I think
Backyard?
so. Let me look at some links you sent me. You might have emailed them. Well, you emailed the first one.
Yeah, Backyard Barn Finds.
Yeah, Backyard Barns Finds. That last one you sent me, is that like brand new video?
I don't know that it was a brand. It was around about the same time as that other one because he tries to hit a couple places. But like if he travels from PA to Mississippi, he usually tries to book a few people.
I'll just type that in the search on because if I click on it on my phone, I'll have to watch it on my phone. I hate watching videos on my phone. I'd rather watch them on a bigger screen. I found Backyard Barn Find. I'm subscribed to some car mechanics, you know, like Scanner Danner. What's that one? I think he's up around Philly too. Wears a golf hat all the time. What is his name? I can't remember it. I watch him some. Different ones.
I think this guy has two channels, Eric. I was telling Russ earlier, he has one that's called Backyard or Barn Finds, and the other one is Barnyard Finds, something like that. But they're both
Does he ever show buying a car and going and restoring it or anything?
He does actually. He has a video out of some. Matter of fact, he just went to Georgia and bought a Camaro out of a barn, and he showed giving the guy cash because the guy sent him enough pictures online to draw him to Georgia, and actually hired a rollback to pull it out of the barn.
Yeah.
Because he's in PA, this guy's in Georgia. So they pulled it out of the barn, and he looked at it. He says, I guess there must have been some type of prearranged price. I'm offering you this based on pictures. Let me look at it. If it's worth that amount, it's a done deal. And the guy was selling, the grandfather was selling it because he wanted to help with his grandson's college funds. But it was a total restoration car. I mean, it needed help. I know Quentin
Eric
used
was
to.
talking about Iola. I just happen to be wearing an Iola car show shirt.
Yeah.
Speaking of Iola, Eric, I can't think of this guy. I watch him on YouTube. The guy that was there the last time I was there that was working on the car, I can't think of his name. I watch him pretty often. He's huge on YouTube. Eric knows what I'm talking about. I just can't pull his name up right this minute.
I found back to our barn finds. That's the one, Eric.
He'll go out and Vice Grip Garage. That's it. Vice Grip. I like watching him. He'll drive thousands of miles to pick up something that won't even run. Yeah. And he'll work on it while he's up there, get it running and do whatever it needs and then drive it back,
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Dutch. Wasn't there something a few months back that Jody's has a family member that was in NASCAR or something like that? I think you knew him or knew of him.
Sleeper dude. I like watching him too. His whole family gets involved with getting those cars up and running. Different sleeper dude.
One sleeper?
Yeah, a different sleeper. Okay, he'll be there again. That's kind of become an annual thing with him, I think, because he's got various videos that he's done up there.
A Jamaican jerk brisket with a Greek fusion.
Yeah, I walked up under that tent he was set up in last time. I sat there and watched him for, I don't know, probably 30 minutes while I was out gallivanting around. Watch him shoot a video.
Still got to do it, jerk. Rick, barbecue specialist, sent me some jerk seasoning, and I need to use that up here, but not right now, but it's got my curiosity up when I want to hang a brisket, but the damn briskets are so daggone expensive.
I was telling Tarina today, I said, do we got any barbecue rub for all these pork butts I'm getting ready to do? Used to be, I'd had a ton of them sitting on my shelf right here, and I ended up giving away almost all of that stuff. Now I'm running out. I had to go up to the Academy and just buy something fresh.
That sounds good, Steve. I love cheesecake, man. I am a huge cheesecake fan. Never was till I got married.
I'll take a slice.
Never touched it. I got married, and between my wife and my oldest daughter, making cheesecakes, I love them.
Had that girl up there too, Eric. That year I was up there, what was it, 23? And she's got a big YouTube channel also in automotive. Where is that bandana around her head? Can't remember her name either.
Yeah, the seasoning is a dry jerk seasoning.
I can't remember her name. I don't really watch her stuff, but she was there that day. She come into our barbecue area where we were cooking and snapping pictures and everything. I didn't know who she was. Somebody, I think Eric's one that recognized her.
No, it's what?
Is it?
Yeah.
Russ, I'm trying to remember who they was. Yeah, I can't remember either. But it's her and her husband, I think on the. I've watched some of her videos, but not many. What is that, Lance? Oh, dude,
Rick
Jamaican.
sent me this jerk seasoning, and I've had it probably 3 months, 2 months,
Yeah.
and I want to use it.
You might want to take a picture of that and post it.
But I'll make it because my wife brings home them women up there where she works at. They got a cafeteria in her building, and there's one of them ladies up there, and that she does jerk chicken wings, and my wife will bring some home, and I mean to tell you, they are so good.
Mama also be traveling a lot.
Try to remember who that was.
Oh, there you go.
Siri is doing. I cook next Sunday, making sugar-free cheesecake. There you go. The best one I've had, my oldest daughter did, was a rum caramel. That was really good. Use it sparingly. It's spicy. The Suckle Busters one win. I like spicy. The ones that that lady makes at the cafeteria, them chicken wings. I don't mean to tell you they're good, but they got a little kick to them. What's that other one that CJ always uses?
That's it. Flying
Right?
Sparks Garage. I was just trying to find her.
I don't remember which one CJ uses.
Yeah, Flying Sparks Garage. That's her.
Daggone it.
Yep, that was her.
What is it? Steven, brother Steven. What is the jerk that CJ and you both use? It's in a bucket. It comes in a bucket. I think you can actually get it off of Amazon. Walker.
You talking about that Walker's Wood?
Yeah, Walker's Wood.
Yeah, I've used that. That's pretty good.
Walker's Wood. But CJ, he actually last year, Alicia and him went. All right, Eric, thanks for stopping in. CJ and Alicia, they went to Jamaica last year, and he actually got one of the cooks that was making jerk while we were there. They actually gave him a recipe, and he flew back with some of the seasoning from Jamaica.
Huh.
To do a jerk cook.
Somewhere in my garage.
That's what I heard.
I've got a bag of pimento wood that I bought years ago just for like doing jerk chicken and stuff, you know. You can buy it online, but it's kind of hard to find and it's kind of pricey. Pimento wood.
Yeah. I just dug out my box of that buttonwood and blackjack oak. I was curious. We had a conversation a month ago.
Yeah.
I was trying to reorganize that shelf over there, and it was blackjack oak. That was the other one in there.
Yeah, that pimento, it comes in a little burlap bag, and it's got the Jamaican flag on the front of it, painted onto the burlap bag, and then it's got a plastic bag inside that bag, and it's full of wood chips. It's not chunks. It's pimento wood chips. Is the only way I could find it, you know. But it definitely better than nothing if you're doing anything jerk, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna kick myself in the arse. We're gonna get something going again. I'm just getting tired of being left behind. It's embarrassing, you know. It's not really embarrassing. It's a kick to the morale.
You got in at a bad time, man. It's hard to do anything with a channel nowadays. It seems like to get any growth used to be kind of easy, you know. So many people out there doing it. That's the thing. Got a lot of competition. You'll still see certain people light off and take off though in the midst of all that. You know,
Oh, I know
like
it. That's what I'm saying. I was watched this one lady. She had a chance. She had a Lance moment. She was like, "Damn it, what am I doing wrong on a live?" And I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at her sub counts. And I left her a comment. I said, "Well, if this helps," I said, "it wasn't all that long ago that you were nowhere near me. Now you're thousands of subs ahead of me. I mean, like 8,000 subs ahead of me. So don't complain. Just to
yeah,
chill her out." It's like, geez, be grateful.
yeah. Well, I know with me and that cooking channel all them years, I was super consistent. Every week I dropped a video, and I used to do it on the same day every week. Everybody got used to it, and that's what I
Mm,
was doing right. Then eventually I got lazy with it once I got tired of it and posted whenever. You know, now I'm down to 1 month, and it's usually at the end of the month.
mhm.
But during all the years of growth, I was very consistent every week. And whether that helped me or not, I don't know. But that's the way I did it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still not going to give up the fish stuff. I mean, I'm still a reason why I gave my brother-in-law that pellet smoker because I want to make room. I want to bring in a third hobby yet, and that's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah, it's your
Whether
channel. Do what you want, you know,
Yeah, the thing,
whether it works or not.
I'm
the
just waiting
algorithm may scratch me. What's
What's
that,
that?
Simon?
I'm just waiting to see how long you're gonna wait till you push out that car.
Oh, well, you know what? It's weird you said that because I'd actually even sitting here watching this guy, his backyard finds. It's like, I went to trade school for auto body.
Mm-hmm.
I know, old school, early cars. I know, mechanics on that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you the truth. I'd be lying to you if I said the thought of pushing all this prep tables and slicers and everything out at the curb and bringing my cars in here in my truck, But
Sleeper's Garage, man, that'd be great.
yeah, I'd be lying to you if I didn't think about that because I mean
You
that's
seen what I've done? I used to have my garage slap full of smokers. I mean, it was wall to wall. And now I only keep one smoker in there because I wanted places for tools, you know, once I started getting into this other channel.
so I don't know, and especially and I'm just finding out what really discouraged me a long time ago was that it got to the point where you had to have if you were spraying automotive paint, it was lacquer back then. Well, you
Yeah.
had to be a bona fide business, and you had to prove that you were. Uh, I think it's double trapping any atomized paint before it left to the atmosphere. And if you did all that stuff, and you can prove that you were a legitimate business, and you were showing records of disposal of byproduct and stuff like that, then you could buy it. Well, now there's so much waterborne paints out there that, from what I understand, you can order them off Amazon, if you wanted to.
Huh.
So I don't know. Yeah, Sleeper's Garage would be a good idea, NBL. I think Simon just said that too, but I don't know. I mean, it's, grow up. Grow the hell up, Lance. Come on.
No, don't grow up. Have fun.
You can't bitch about what's up, Eddie. You can't bitch about not conquering something and doing well at it if you don't focus on it. And you keep doing all this other stuff, then you got no one to blame but yourself. But I feel like, the fish and the cooking and all that, I mean, that's just what I really enjoy. I mean, the other stuff, I would love to do the auto body stuff and all that, but I don't. It's not like I'm going to start going out and looking for barnyard finds because today's cost, I mean, you can have $30, $40, $50,000 tied up into something, and I don't have that kind of money. I may
Yeah.
enjoy it, but I don't have that kind of money.
That's the biggest thing that I was talking about earlier. It's such an expensive undertaking when you do something like that. I wouldn't mind piddling with something like that, but God, that can run into some money. I'd rather work on other people's cars and them pay me for what I do. Primarily air conditioning, that's my specialty. So, Eddie,
We catch back up here. Greg hitting on me. Lance, you can't even oil your own chair. That's true. I did enjoy it. Like I said, I went to trade school for it. In high school. I had only needed one more credit in my senior year and during my junior year. So I went to trade school to learn a trade before graduating. And in my senior year, all I needed was an English credit, and I would graduate. That's when things were simpler. I don't know if it's like that anymore.
you heard that guy the other day on that video, the guy with all the rusted out cars. He was talking about cruising the coast. That's a
Yeah.
really big event down here in the fall. It's usually in October when the weather starts cooling off. You got people that come from all over all these old classics and antiques. My buddy Robert, he's big into that. He's got different things that he'll drive out there when that's going on.
hmm
It's also a good place to buy and sell things too. It's like a huge swap meet all up and down the whole coast here.
So that's not the Route 66 thing. There's
No.
another one like
That's
that.
right
It's
here.
called Route
Rugby,
66.
Gulfport, past Christian, all the way to past Gagula, Chris. But it runs this whole coastline, and
Could
people
do
just
that.
cruising. You think you're back in the 50s, I've got a couple of videos, cooking videos, and we're at cruising the coast, and you can see all them old cars. I had a drone on one of them sitting there filming some of that. But those videos never done good, so I just quit doing it. I think I got 2 of them on my channel.
Yeah.
Just
This
didn't get
guy we're
in.
talking about, that young guy at PA, he's blowing up, man. He's over 200,000, but he's got good content, and he's
Yeah.
great. He's great at what he does. He has that personality, and he can talk, and he's just really good at it. And like you just said, Russ, I mean, for someone to look at a nameplate, for someone to be able to look at a dress plate or identification, on the firewall and be able to tell you what all those numbers mean, 5-6, black on black, and
YZ, blah, 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 yeah.
yeah, all this stuff. And then, the heater box, if it was this size, it's not a big block, but if it's this size, it is a big block. And then to even know that if you pull that off the firewall and take it apart, there's another VIN number that verifies that corresponds with the one on the firewall. I mean, all that stuff, but
Yeah, not me.
But you'd be amazed if you listen to it, and you haven't watched it. I mean, I'm just buried into this guy's channel, and there's so many people. He gets calls just because even if they have, because he's not there to buy all the cars that he's seeing.
No, he's showing the audience.
He identifies them, he specs them out, and the owners are with hope that people are going to contact him and and buy the car from him,
right?
Because he's identified it. He's given his professional opinion. Every panel on this car is going to have to be reworked. This car needs floor pans. This is not a matching numbers engine. Whatever it is. But even if you go to these big like Meacham's, what's one in PA? Carlisle. Those auctions, even some of the cars that he's done videos on have been purchased by people, restored them, and now showing them in these big, like Barrett Jackson type things.
Yeah. It kind of surprised me that these people, like the black fellow there in Moss Point, was willing to give his phone number out to millions of viewers. I'm like, I can get my email address maybe, but not my phone number.
Yeah, I was surprised that people did that. I do got to change the oil in my truck. That's 12 quarts. I should be able to spare a little bit of that used oil.
I seen that area code 228. I said, yeah, that's legit. He's definitely down here on the coast.
Good night, Mama O. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for showcasing that steak for me.
Yeah, that guy looked real familiar to me. I'm sure we crossed paths somewhere.
I didn't know
Either
if they were
yard or
shipyard in
could be,
Mississippi.
man. Thousands of people work at that shipyard. Something
Okay.
like 13,000. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
there's no way to know everybody. You might see their face but never really know them. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place is. It's the largest employer in Mississippi. At one time, they employed over 30,000 people. They had a contract for like 30 destroyers, and they wanted them like fast. And they hired people. They moved people down here and helped them out with housing. And that's when Goshen started booming, and they were building all these homes. There was all this influx of people coming in to work at the shipyard back in the 70s, and they knocked them out. You know, hell, they just got a new contract and they didn't even bid it. You know, Trump's building that Golden Fleet for the U.S. Navy, and they come up and told them what they were wanting. It's going to be a cross between the big Coast Guard cutters and a DDG. It's somewhere in between. It's what do they call that? A frigate? Can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, they just got awarded a contract without even bidding on it. But they're going to other shipyards doing the same thing. Just it's not even open for bid. They just say we need you to build this, and as soon as possible. They got one heck of a backlog of work. It's just they're having a problem with skilled labor. People that really know what the heck they're doing. You know, it's different world now, man. It's not like it used to be.
No, I had that conversation the other day. I said it's a sad thing. You know, you just go down the road and just so much stuff has changed. You know, in this little town that I'm in, and it's just so sad that people won't know that part of it. You know, when it
Yeah.
used to be a farmer's market, a weekly auction house, or this was all farm. And now it's housing development. It's just sad that you know waterborne paint is another one. Being able to do a three-phase lacquer paint job. It's just all that stuff is just gone.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. That's a shame.
what do you
That's
do?
just I don't know how it happened. It's happened over time, but it sleeper's garage. I like it.
Yeah,
There's already a sleeper dude, and that's what he is. They work on cars.
is that all right?
Yeah, that channel got big, man. It took him 9 years, like low views, and all of a sudden he just kind of took off. And yeah, he gets tons of views. It's not just him; it's his entire family. He's got young teenage daughters and a teenage boy. Him and his wife, and they're constantly pulling in old jalopies and getting them running and stuff like. It's pretty much the same thing every video. But he even does videos where they go on vacation, all around the country, and they get a
Yeah.
lot of views. It's just people like them.
One of those shows I was watching that Barnyard Finds things that I learned that Ford made a pickup truck that was called a camper special.
Hmm.
And I think I've seen the two-tone truck before, but I never really, related it to, a Ford was going, and Ford actually started making their own campers that you would back this truck up into and tie that camper down on top of the truck.
Yeah.
But that was during the fuel embargoes. So Ford ditched the manufacturing of the campers. He was saying they actually burnt everything just to get rid of everything. And they just
Wow.
they just dumped the whole idea. Ford did. But I think he said 100 of the campers, I'll say, I can't remember the exact number, but this guy had gotten his hands on two of the campers that were supposedly finished, but there's issues with them, because they never really tweaked everything because they never made it to market. but he had 3 or 4 of the damn trucks. Just like it was the same guy that had there was a Ford truck. It was big and popular in Texas. It was called it was canary yellow with the red letters on the back said Amarillo, I think he said. It's supposed to be real big for Ford too, but in Texas only.
Yeah.
You heard of it?
Yeah, you're right. And looking back at the last couple of generations,
It is.
a whole different bunch of people, man.
Yeah. It's not what you know, it's who you know, you know. Thank you, MBL.
But all the trades, like you get to know, like for shipyard work, pipe fitting, electrician, ship fitting, which a lot of trades are transferable. Like if you know how to build a house,
Yeah.
all the skill you learn on all that would transfer over to ship fitting. It's just things are done a little different. Instead of north, south, east, and west, you're dealing with bow, stern, everything comes off the center line to the port or starboard side. That's really all you got to know. But everything else would swap over from one trade to the next. But that's true even if you're a pipe fitter. Everything's figured off the center line, but it's just different skill sets. But all that has just gotten lost, man. And they're constantly doing drives trying to get young kids out of high school interested, and it's starting to happen, little by little. But I don't know. It's too important, not just for ship, but just construction in general that never get lost. Manufacturing definitely needs to come back in this country like it used to be, and quit being a service driven, and do more manufacturing all the way around and get those skill sets and trades back, the way it used to be.
Yeah, it was the Amish guy I was talking to about trade because Friday afternoon I went over there and they had a firewood frolic at another Amish farm, and that's where a bunch of Amish guys come there with their split axes, chainsaws, whatever, and they start cutting up firewood trees that have been already down, but they start cutting rounds at them, splitting and loading up trucks and trailers, whatever comes there, and they do that to raise funds for. In this case, it was a child's hospital bills, but spent a lot of time in the hospital. So for the community, Amish community came together and did this frolic fundraiser, and to help the family pay the bills down on it. But it was the Amish guy, and I went over his house that morning to. All right, Tim. I went over to his son's house to do drywall work, start finishing the drywall work in his boy's house, and it just we got to talking about it's hard because he's still into it. I'm not into construction like I used to be, but he's talking about it's just so hard and sad that no one knows anything.
Yep. Unfortunate. Like Ingalls, they've always had an apprenticeship program. Then they had to open it up to what they call helper apprentice, HAs. And it got so bad, like right before I left the shipyard, they were taking HAs 3 and 4 months after hiring them and turning them into pipe foremans. They didn't know how to do the work, let alone run a crew. I mean, that's how bad it got. Nobody wanted that job. It's really bad. I don't know how it is now. According to my youngest son, he said, "Oh, it ain't no better. It's worse." I'm like, well, how they get these ships built, I'll have no idea. But they always seem to manage. Probably a lot of cost overruns.
What's up, George? I was gonna catch you.
Too big to fail, I guess.
Too much money. They're not going to fail. I went to go catch one of your lives the other night there, George, this week, but man, you were running late. I was ready for bed. You were going live. I said, I'm going to pass on this one. That's good.
Yes, sir.
This is Tim and CV's live.
Yes.
Oh, Derek, though, he's really enjoying being in the trades. And when he ain't working, he's at home practicing. He's getting pretty good. I said,
Yeah,
you
you were
become a
saying.
really jam up welder. I mean, you'll be able to do it. He'll be able to do it for another 20 something years. I said, but get as good as you can get. You can go anywhere, man. Good
Yeah,
pipe welders are used to say they were a dime a dozen, but you can't say that anymore. you know, now they're worth their weight in gold. Back when I was doing all that, everybody, there was tons of them.
well, I was even thinking about that because you said something about last week. He showed you a couple of his pipe welds. I mean, was that the purpose of the rig that you made, or I haven't watched the latest video with the pipe welding.
No, I bought that well positioner. Is a little turntable. I used to work at the pipe shop. I've been in the pipe shop 3 different times. When I was a foreman, I spent the last 4 years I was employed as a foreman. Then I eventually went back on my tools for about 8 months before I ultimately left, and retired or quit. And but they had these big floor models, and these pipe fitters tack all this stuff up, and they got the overhead cranes. They bring it in, they lay it in front of your weld out booth. This shop has got 30 weld out booths, 30 pipe welders in there, and we got jib cranes. We'll swing it over there and pick up a piece, take and lock it into that turntable. And they're not all straight. It might be straight and then 45 up and then kicked it, so setting it up a lot of times is kind of tricky, but that helps you roll it out to where you get a lot better welds or whatever. But I bought a little miniature version of that a while back, and I was showing how to set up a permanent purge pipe running through it to where when you're rolling it, you're not going to be kinking up the argon line. You ain't got to worry about it. And that's what the video is. Like I said, it's not going to appeal to nobody but welders or somebody that wants one of them or somebody that's got one of them. But I did it anyway.
Right.
You never know. It might end up getting some views.
Right. Did what you wanted to do.
That's the reason I wanted that drill press. I did a video on that from Vivor, and man, that's a pretty good little drill press. I'm like, wow. They're hit and miss, man. One thing you get from it, like, I don't know. Then the next thing is like, nice. It's quiet, it's powerful. It's like nothing wrong with it. But that's the reason I wanted. I really was going to put a set screw in that, but after putting it all together, I'm like, it don't even need it. That sucker ain't going nowhere. But
Yeah, I've already seen it, Emily.
Fun to shoot. I actually got up yesterday morning. I finally got everything I needed, and I did it. I'd already done some of it in advance, but I recorded it, and that's why I started showing where I was at, and then I went from there to the finish of it, and then I come in, and I sit there and watch videos probably 2 or 3 hours, and finally I said, I need to get editing on that. Next thing I know, I'm editing, and I finished the video. I actually had it uploaded last night, and this morning I did a thumbnail. No, I did a thumbnail last night, and I had it set to go off at 8:00 a.m. this morning. I slept to 9 because I didn't go to bed to 3 a.m.
Your beard was different in that video.
Huh?
I think your beard was different in that video.
My beard?
Yeah.
That was just yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
It looked real full, like real full beard.
I don't know. No, that was shot yesterday. I haven't trimmed it. I've trimmed this once. It probably needs it again. But
the other day, if I went and saw my grandson yesterday, trim it every week, just to thin it. That's all I do is just thin it.
Well, these sides get kind of poofy on me, and it kind of, I don't know, it looks weird on my face. So I try to keep that down. I don't mind this getting bigger, as long as I can kind of keep this down. I got to where I despise shaving. I'll let this under here grow to where finally you notice it like on videos. I said I need to always break out, man. I don't know if it's little ingrown hairs or what, but if I don't shave it, I don't have near the problem.
Yeah.
As soon as I shave it, I'll start breaking out up under here. Didn't used to ever do that.
And when I was worked for Ingalls, it was just punch and steel. I had an easy job. Just
You work for different angles though. That's not the same company.
it probably may not have been. I don't know. It was Ingalls. It was a steel plant, but we would punch out. It was building steel.
Yeah.
We would sit and punch holes for bolts and stuff like that for building steel.
Right. There was a video I watched here a couple weeks ago, and it was about the history of Ingalls shipbuilding, and it actually was formed out of a company out of Birmingham, and they showed the original owner. Well, long story how it all come about, but the guy that started was Bob Ingalls. That was his last name. Then his son Bob Ingalls Jr. eventually took it over, and then it got sold out to Litton Industries. And I worked for Litton for years, and then eventually it got sold out to Northrop Grumman. And Northrop Grumman really didn't sell it. They formed a new company and combined it with the one in Newport News, and it's called Huntington Ingalls. It's both shipyards combined under one umbrella, But technically, it's still owned by Northrop Grumman. That's just, for legality purposes or whatever. But that's what they end up just separating it from their other industries or whatever to where it's a standalone thing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as far as I know, that's how it still is. But when they become a Navy shipyard, that's when Litton had acquired it. Prior to that, when Bob Ingalls started that shipyard, they wasn't really a Navy contractor. They built cruise liners, they built all kind of stuff, but they were the first shipyard in the United States to ever produce a fully welded ship that wasn't riveted. They kind of paved the road on all that technology back then.
What's up, Sam?
What's up, Sam? Yeah, I like watching them old documentaries on that stuff. You learn a lot of stuff you didn't know,
Yeah.
if it's accurate.
He and his wife, they were getting some lake crabs.
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks ago, but they're getting some lake crabs.
Yeah.
Big old darkies. I enjoy them. Just packed full of meat. Some people don't like them, but I love them.
No work tomorrow. I hear you. I was expecting a delivery from Amazon tomorrow, but I bet it don't show. I looked at it earlier today and it was still in Tennessee. I said this weather is going to stop that, but I'm going to see where it's at now.
Yeah,
If it's
is it moving?
Tennessee, then
Is it moving?
Huh?
Is it moving or is it still stuck?
I'm looking to see. It says arriving tomorrow.
Huh?
Let me hit my tracking updates. USPS. No, it's still in Juliet, Tennessee. That ain't gonna be here tomorrow.
No.
It's just some rust prevented spray is all it is.
For welding?
No, just for any kind of metal, like the spray, it's a rust inhibitor. I had to keep everything lubricated because of high humidity living down here on the coast, salt air and stuff. And it keeps it from anything from getting flash rust. Even though it's in a garage, it still rust. I'm not air conditioned or anything out there. Summer months is when it's the worst. It's not too bad this time of the year, but in the summer it gets so hot and humid. Oh my goodness!
The Amish, they'll take, like in their lumber yards, they'll
Yeah,
go through, like if they have lumber that's just stockpiled. I don't know if they're waiting for it to dry, what the reason why it's sitting there, but they'll spray it down so that it doesn't get that gray color to it before they actually run it to the mill.
that makes
Keeps
sense.
that fresh look to it. I was surprised at that. But
Yeah, I've been using WD-40 makes it. It's a specialty spray. It's called Rust Inhibitor, but that stuff's like $20 for a little can. And I was watching the video the other day, and they got this one called Stay Bill Rust Inhibitor, and it's a bigger can for like $11. And this guy tested all the. It's the guy that owns Fireball Tools, you know, the welding tables and all kind of tools that he makes. But he did a thing using everything he could possibly find and used as a rust inhibitor and brought everything outside. Then I think everything stayed outside for like 6 months. He brought it back in, and that stay bill come in number one. I mean, it had no rust at all. Yeah.
Where you're sitting talking about this because I saw one of the shows, and they were saying a lot of that rust inhibitor stuff is a gimmick. You know, it really doesn't work.
Some of it, that WD-40 stuff's pretty good. What it is, it's real thick and just clings to it, and they guarantee it to work for a whole year. You know,
they were talking about the stuff that you would brush on, and it converts a rust to a non-rust.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got this paint. It's a rust encapsulating paint, and it's supposed to kill that. But Rust-Oleum is supposed to do the same thing. I don't know if it does or not. Yeah. But no, this is just like a lubricant, you know, and as long as you keep it coated, rust can't get to it. As long as the elements can't get to it, you're fine, you know. But I bought that lathe, and you got to keep all that oiled down, you know.
I was just going to say, my
father that drill press with that base, and all that's just bare metal on top, you know. So keep all that lubricated.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I remember having to my father-in-law's machine shop. He had a squirt bottle, plastic white spray bottle.
Yeah.
CRC. You used to go through and just spray everything down the CRC.
Yep. I'll do drill bits. What I'll do, any kind of little parts that goes that lathe or drill, anything like that, I'll put them in Ziploc bags, but I'll spray it with that rust inhibitor and roll it up where everything stays oily. That way, when you need it, it's just like new, you know.
When I got, when my wife's grandfather had passed away, he was a woodworker, retired from the Navy, but he was a woodworker, and all of his tools, hand tools that I would never use, you know, block planes and stuff like that. You know, that's what kind of woodworker he did. And, but I didn't own the rust, but that's what I did. I sprayed everything down with a WD-40 and then packaged them up in a wax paper.
Right. There you go. Yeah. But yeah, I do all that. Now, I mean, not all my tools, like wrenches, they got that chrome plating on them. They're not going to rust, you know. It just depends on what it is.
Is Emily asking us a question? Because I don't do it.
Is that Winston?
She's still talking to Win? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, right there. Bringing up people on the panel. And
Hunter.
Is he going a lot?
With Lance and Simon, jump on with me at 7:40. It's 7:42 right now.
Yep, you're late.
I'm late. I just got it. I'll probably jump in there as soon as we end this.
Yeah, I haven't been one of his lives in a long while.
He hadn't really went live.
His health. I actually said something to him about it.
Who, Boo?
Boo, yeah. And a few weeks back, he said he was dealing with some health issues.
What's up?
I just had my doctor visit and took blood, and everything come back good except for my vitamin D. That's it.
Yeah, I wish. I got to go back in April. I like to get that thing under control. It's always cholesterol.
They didn't say anything about my cholesterol and blood pressure. They checked it the other day at the doctor's office, which we have a thing here. I just don't never think to check it, but it was good, you know. So
yeah,
might hang in there a little longer.
A little bit.
Another 30 or 40 years.
I saw some pictures my youngest took me feeding the baby yesterday, and I was like, God damn, I got old quick as hell.
You and me both, man. I can look back at my videos when I first started. I had solid black eyebrows. All this is gray, but I just looked so much younger. I was like in my young 50s, and now I'm 67. It's amazing how much downhill you can go in 15 years. You know, it's like,
I've
God,
never been one to, put like lotion on your face and stuff like that.
no, me either.
I'm like, maybe I will start doing that shit.
Which my skin, I mean, now I got that turkey neck. If I didn't have this beard,
That
yeah,
waddler.
gobble, 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 gobble. But
That
the
waddler.
skin, I don't have a lot of wrinkles, even on my arms and all. I haven't wrinkled bad,
Eddie, I was my new grandson. I was bottle feeding him, and I saw the picture. And I was like, "Good God, son, where did them years go by?" Because you flashback. Last picture I saw, something like that, was my granddaughter.
Yeah.
My children, they're older than that, but and I even shared the picture with my granddaughter. She says, "Oh, it was so long ago when you were feeding me," and I was like, "You know what?
Not really.
Not really."
Yeah.
I didn't tell her that, but yeah, I mean, it's not really.
Well, for her, it's been a lifetime, For you, it's only a few years ago.
Yeah, well, that's exactly true. That's exactly true.
Yeah, I know people like my first wife. She's a year and a half older than I am now, but she used to lay out in that sun and get suntans every summer, and she smoked cigarettes. And man, she looks like she's 90 freaking years old now. It's like, oh boy, I'm sure glad she had her little flame back in the day, and we ain't married anymore. I hate to be married to that ugly thing. But
Tennessee bushcraft. Good God. I'm trying to remember. Is it Chris? Chris with Tennessee Bushcrafters?
Say that again?
I think his name was Chris. Tennessee Bushcrafters. I haven't seen him in a long time. Pretty sure it's Chris.
Josh?
Josh? Silence of the Lamb. Yeah, it's been a while. Yep, it's Chris. I thought it was. The old ticker still works. Just don't ask me nothing to. Boom.
I'm terrible with names.
Yeah, me too. I can meet somebody and I mean, walk away and I done forgot their name. I have to really get to know them, kind of. Then it sticks,
Yeah.
That was kind of embarrassing when you were single and going into bars trying to meet women, and you have to ask her what her name is 10 times during the course of y'all's conversation.
I've got that thing where if I get your name wrong for the rest of our relationship, it will be months and months. I will always remember your name incorrectly. Just my head does.
My dad, when there was 5 of us kids growing up, and he would go through the list. If he needed me, he'd go, Randy, Keith, Cheryl, Kathy, Russ. He'd name every one of us until he finally got to me. I said, yeah.
Like, hey, asshole, no.
I've actually found myself doing that too over the years, like with my 2 sons. Chad, Derek,
At least you got 2, so you can be 50-50. You got a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a hard one. I just found out, buddy of mine, I just found out last week that a buddy of mine, he lost his wife about a month ago. He was just diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and I got a text night before last, he passed away.
Wow.
That quick. Damn.
Oh, this thing's so big. You don't need that logo, right?
Yeah, no. You know what I'm talking about.
No, Simon.
I think my mother did that too a lot of times. She'd call me every name in the book until she got to me.
My grandmother would name everybody in the family.
I go through the dogs' names, nieces, and cousins. What was that comedian? I guess that was Bill Cosby. He said, for half my life, I thought my name was, what was it?
Damn it.
I think I
Jesus
remember.
Christ, or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know,
something like
parents
that.
hollering at him. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one. I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Wasn't it Richard Pryor? Or was
Might
it
have
Cosby?
been.
Yeah,
One of
I
the
don't
two.
remember.
I remember
who it
that.
was. But it was funny back then, you know.
Yeah, I think it was Cosby.
Yeah.
You put pepper crayon on a string and a stick.
Yep.
We can go ahead and start ending this thing here. You want, Simon?
Okay, sounds good. Civi goes live in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Munchy Mafia.
Over there and see what Boo's up to.
Yeah, that's the first thing about Sunday nights, man. God dang.
A lot of people busy.
Everybody's going live on Sunday nights.
Yeah, apparently
Everybody.
Al was going to start going live too on Sunday.
A lot of
Is that
people
right?
are homebound too right now with all this
I
bad
don't know
weather.
if he's going to or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, his brother's name was Damn It. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys. I'm gonna get off here.
All right, man.
Appreciate the
you,
invite.
Russ. Russ, appreciate you again coming in. Simon, appreciate you, buddy, coming in here. Chat, as always, we appreciate you. Don't forget to go there, hop in, see CB. I'll probably be in and out, but it will always be playing it. But usually if there's other videos, I'll play hers or someone else's, but I can't stay there the whole time. But I usually got like 4 tabs opened up on Sundays. But there's the link again. Oh, okay, there it is.
Thank you.
But we will see y'all around Tuesday with Simon. We'll be up on next.
Why ain't my thing working?
I don't know.
Mine ain't either.
Maybe
Damn
shake your fingers.
Mine ain't either. Damn it.
Reactions. I got it turned on. Oh well, we'll just do that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Later.
All right.
Later,
See you later. All right, Simon.
All right.